up, getting us out of the tent, doing shuttle runs with saucepans of water to put the fire out. And at the end of it all, she still thinks it's a good idea to be with me. So, where did it all begin? It was 8 years ago that Phil and Liv got together, and 2 days after their official first date, Phil moved in with Liv. It was quick, but it felt right for both of them. It was that summer that I also met Megan, my wife. And there was obviously something in the air in Edinburgh in those heady post-university summer days. Their relationship, like all relationships really, has not been an easy one, and has required hard work and commitment to each other, as is true of all things worthwhile. Phil states that for the first 4.5 years, they were in different cities or different countries as he travelled for work. He writes, "Liv stuck by me the entire time, with barely a mumble or a grumble. Quite the opposite. She helped me financially, helped me emotionally, and was extremely supportive. I love her for that." Liv writes, "It really tested our relationship, but I learned from those years." But I learned from those years how committed we were to being together. She also recalls the early days. After 3 months, Phil moved away to live in Canada for a year. The relationship was strong from the start, and we decided to do the long-distance relationship thing. His being away was really hard for me, as I missed him so much, but I was able to visit for many weeks at a time, and we did loads of exciting things together, like whitewater rafting and climbing my first mountain. On my last visit out to see him, I managed to surprise him for his birthday by coming out a few days early, which was brilliant, although it took him a few days to get over the shock. Indeed it did. Phil remembers it fondly. One of the nicest things Liv did for me when I was on my travels was surprise me in Canada. I wasn't expecting her for a week or so, and I thought she was going to miss my birthday. I arrived home one night to find a cheeky freckled girl in my kitchen apologising profusely for lying. It was such a fantastic feeling to see her, and her being there filled me with such joy. I liked the feeling so much I did the same to Liv on my return to the UK. I think she quite liked it. She did, Phil. It was a brilliant surprise. I couldn't believe he was travelling with me on the tube. These early days apart were important, as they have helped build the foundations for a relationship that will last forever. Liv writes, "Being apart also taught me how important it was to me to do my own thing and pursue my interests too. I feel this has made our relationship stronger because it has made us maintain our independence and not be afraid to be ourselves when we are together. I also learned to really appreciate the time we had together and to make the most of it, which I think is something we still do now." I'd say so. They could not be kept apart forever though, and in 2006, Liv recalls, in true Phil style, he didn't just ask me to move in with him, but surprised me by carving the question in wood and giving it to me one evening when I was visiting him in Somerset. It was very romantic, and I still have the block of wood. So they got a flat together, and that was no mean feat in London. Liv, however, goes on to write, "Well, I say together, but he was actually living in Serbia at the time." Phil simply writes, "I trusted her so much that on her recommendation and a couple of photographs we bought our first flat. She has impeccable taste. The flat is perfect." Okay. So Phil, what does Liv really think about you? I think Phil is amazing. He's incredibly hard-working, intelligent, funny, patient and kind. Liv very much appreciates how supportive Phil has been, especially while she's been studying and when she's tired and stressed out. And Phil writes about Liv. "Liv is beautiful, great skin, sparkling eyes, beautiful hair." I think you might be jealous of the hair. "She rarely wears makeup. It not only keeps us on time for parties." "But she is all the prettier for it. She is perfect the way she is." And there's more, Phil. "I love Phil with all my heart. I love that he's extremely passionate about everything, from Excel to Ray Mears. And you can't have some of his enthusiasm rub off on you. Who else could get me to the top of Mount Snowdon in December in the hail? And his passion for bushcraft means that now I can't even go for a walk without noticing trees are growing and what sort they are and what I can do with them. It makes me smile when I find myself noticing." Both Phil and Liv also mention how easy life is together. No arguments, no stress, and lots of give and take. They love living together and still get butterflies when they haven't seen each other for a bit. Okay, so you'd be bored of hearing from me. So, some words from one of Phil's best men. If Ross could come into the room for us. Where's Ross? Is Ross outside somewhere? Is he still waiting for them to come in, maybe?
Get out the door.
He's not. Hopefully, if I can get technology to work, he's not going to be actually here. Sorry, ask the room to click on Ross. Not for the first time. Oh. Rob. Oh no. It's impossible with technology.
I'm good at this meeting.
It was a risk.